Hello everyone and welcome to the pocket realm of the internet known as Mightyfoxxy. So, we're with some more Rust Experimental. We're going to go ahead and today, well, first we're going to discuss a few new updates. They made a few new updates on the building of stuff, which is actually makes it a lot easier to see how far you are. I'll show you guys in just a few moments. They've adjusted the times that certain things take to create. One of my old complaints was that it took forever to make the hatchets. Stone or metal. Now, they both make in about 30 seconds. I'd actually well, I'd say about a minute for the stone and probably about like 50 for the metal hatchet. It's a little weird, but hey. Oh god. The bow is still pretty much an instant kill on anything you hit. Crap. Still a little wonky to try and aim it. Damn it! I see why people use guns. There we go. Yeah, it's still a one-hit kill. There weren't wolves here before, but yeah. There isn't much of a difference between the metal and the stone hatchets at the moment, aside from how long it takes to make one and their necessary products to make. But yeah, so I'm gonna gather the shit out of this furnace and put it into where I plan on making my base now, and we're going to discuss what we're going to build this time. So, first off, we're going to go ahead and today we'll be building a town wall. Why a town wall, you may ask? That seems rather unnecessary. Well, because why not? A lot of people have trouble keeping invaders out. A lot of people like to play the game friendly. So, why not make a town wall? Everybody likes to be friendly with each other sometimes. So, why not try to be friendly? Went ahead and I've got a buttload of resources. I can't really pick up the furnace, I'm just going to have to abandon it. You can move a lot easier now with the menu open, which I find to be a good thing. So yeah, I've got plenty of wood for this project. We're going to get that furnace going again. We're going to get a campfire cooking some food. One thing I did actually notice between the two hatchets, the metal hatchet seems to lower your hunger a lot slower. I think I was losing maybe every 20 strikes or so. I was losing a point of hunger with the stone. Meanwhile, I've almost clear-cut a forest and haven't lost one with the metal hatchet. So, metal hatchet, better for for sustainable harvesting. Well, not sustainable then. Ow, crap! I burnt myself. I burnt myself again. Okay, so they've also adjusted their fire range. Yeah, they adjusted that thing a lot. Okay. We're going to see if they've made any other minor adjustments. Gotta get just the right amount in here, because I hate having to cook extra. Damn it. Hey, cool. Haha, I got one. Alright, so cook 3 of the meat. Let's go ahead and get ourselves a storage box built. Okay. Now, in terms of a town wall, it all starts just like most of them do, with a foundation. You could use a triangle foundation, it really doesn't make much of a difference. But we're going to go ahead and go with a traditional foundation. Where the hell's the traditional foundation? There it is. Alright. Now, you have to be careful about building around things like that. Alright, so get your foundation set up pretty much equal to the length in each direction you want your wall to be. Alright, so apparently we're going to go ahead and curse at this game for a minute, because it's still kind of an asshole when it comes to things like that. Alright. There we go. Wow, this game became quite an asshole about these things. There we are. Okay, everybody, we're back, and the foundation's been completed. So, I went ahead and moved it to a different spot. As you can see, we now have a nice, wide open type of an area. Now, this is definitely smaller, but as I've discussed before, or mentioned before, finding an area, just simply finding an area where you can make something similar to a wall is a freaking achievement in its own right. Now, this wouldn't fit much, but this would fit a few people's 1x2s or just single buildings. You could get a little bit going in here. If you were really clever and had a lot of people working on it, you could probably interconnect some of these types of structures and make a nice, good gigantic fortress. But that's not what we're going for at the moment. We're just going with a singular one. Alright. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to get your walls set up. Now, we're just talking level 1 low walls. And for the purposes of this video, I am only going to make level 1 walls. I'm not going to go through the trouble of reinforcing them. If I on the actual server that I normally, if I'm trying to just play competitively on, I do actually like to make city walls and fortresses with the other people to try and out-survive the more douchey players. Forgot a spot. And there's like 8 of us at a time, simply hammering on the walls when we need to. Typically, though, usually we have about 2 or 3 builders going at once, and yeah, 2 or 3 builders. Usually there's one person hunting for everybody. Whoever generally has the best luck and has an actual ranged weapon. Actually, to be fair, a lot of times those people go out in 2s just so it's harder for somebody just to sneak up and kill them and take all their crap. Everyone's clothed in the exact same thing. We all wear rad gear. Because nobody really wears rad gear. Everybody goes for the stuff that they think's going to protect them, but as far as I've been able to tell, none of the items actually matter. If you look at it, it doesn't... Bullet, melee, none of that stuff goes up when you equip any of the clothing, so it seems a lot more moot to me. Alright, so we've got the walls almost formed up, and we'll be back when the walls are actually completely built. So yeah, we'll be back in a second, people. Alright, people, we're back again. So we've got the outer wall completed. It took a little creative working because the game was being a dick and wouldn't let me place things on a foundation in certain spots. Now remember, you want to leave one spot as a doorway so people can actually get in. Now this is just the outer wall. Some people prefer to actually have a series of walls, like I'll show you here. That way, if people really want to break in, they're going to be going through walls for hours. Which, that's to each their own. It's an effective measure. Granted, it takes a lot of time-consuming work and a lot of careful placement. But now you see there's a 4-wall thick wall there. Which, it works. It does somewhat work. But a lot of people will just focus on the outer wall and keep it nice and sturdy. Some people will have an inner and an outer wall, which allows them to basically have an area where people can roam, or you can double up the walls like that. One of the more common things is you need it high so people can do it, which just involves placing a wall on top of your wall. Nothing really difficult there, just a wall on top of a wall. I'm not going to go too far into that one because we really don't need it. We're just forming a basic structure here. But as you can see, nothing hard there. We've got a nice area. A few people can build a house. Easily maintainable by a handful of people. So yeah, this was a very simple guide on how to make a fort of sorts for you and several of your friends. Just find yourself a nice flat piece of land, get it all nice and reinforced, because you guys will want to have this reinforced. This particular one wouldn't stand up very long against raiders, even if I did solid 4 or 5 level thick walls like this. Yeah, you can get 6 on there. You might be able to get 7 if your placement's a little more careful, but it's just a lot of time, careful placement in order to do that. But yeah, so people, if you want to try and survive in Rust, you're on a server that likes to have competitive raids, there you go. That's how to build. You and your friends can build yourselves a fort. Nothing very complicated there. A lot of people have already figured it out on their own. But for those of you who haven't, I hope this was helpful to you, and I hope you survive. Stay alive, people. Stay alive. Haha. It's Mightyfoxxy saying, like, favorite, share, and subscribe, and stay foxy. Bye-bye.